In the shadows of California's prison reform crisis, there's an effort here on the Central Coast to bridge the gap between prison life and life on the streets once inmates are released. KION-46's Mark Robles joins us now with that story. Mark?
Emily, if you look at the numbers, it's a gap that generally doesn't last too long. Across the state, roughly 70% of inmates return to prison after their release. But now a post-prison ministry group is turning to God. They say if you're ready for change, they'll meet you at the gate. It's been a long road for Salinas native Chris Davila.
Just taking it minute by minute, basically.
After 30 months behind bars, he was released from Salinas Valley State Prison earlier this morning.
It really hasn't set in. You know, I guess because I haven't gone out in the public. I just came from there straight to here.
Here is in Gonzales. After a 4-month application process, Chris landed at a post-prison transitional home. That's where he met Jesse Alvarez for the very first time.
It always touches my heart when I read a letter or meet somebody that has a desire to make a change in their life and recognizing that they can't do it on their own, but they're willing to humble themselves and ask for help.
Alvarez is a family man who himself knows life behind bars. He says some 8 years ago it was the Lord who used prison to get a hold of his own life.
And as I was seeing guys coming in and out, I didn't want to be another statistic.
A statistic that Chris struggled with time and time again for the last 10 years.
My first term, I was in there for 3 years, and I got out. Friday and Monday, I was back in handcuffs.
The amount of people coming out of prison is quite large, but what's worse than that is the recidivism rate.
Jim Romig is a prison minister. He says all it takes is structure.
I see Chris being successful.
Romig first met Chris months ago and could tell he was willing and ready to make a change.
And I saw him down there several months back, and we got together and started talking. I started to hear his heart about not wanting to go back to prison.
And so he became a Christian. And today he claims he'll never go back.
It was a blessing. It was a blessing because I just felt the presence of the Lord and the love, from these brothers. They just accepted me, and I just feel like I'm at home right here.
The group is called His Hidden Treasures, and Romig says despite misconceptions, there's proof the program works. Looking at past graduates who went on to get jobs, the recidivism rate dropped dramatically, down to 15%. Emily?
Thank you. Mark Robles reporting tonight. Monterey County has the fewest transitional houses of any county in the state. Together, Romig and his ministry group are working with pastors and churches to build up the program.